Hi students, today we're gonna understand two important functions. The first one called print and the second one called input. What the difference between both? This is what we're gonna understand right now. So we're gonna start with the print. First of all, when you type this function, you cannot start with capital P. Okay, that means I have to start with small p and say print. With this function, Python will understand right away that you ask Python to write whatever you're gonna add between the quotation. So if I want to say hello or hello, welcome to my program, and quotation and close bracket, that means Python right away will type hello, welcome to my program. Perfect. Now, this is, I can say, the way how we can use the print function. If I want to ask a question for the user and I say print, what is your name? Whatever I typed here, he gonna type for your user again, what is your name? The user right away, when they gonna see this question, right away, when they gonna see the cursor is here, they gonna put their name right away here saying David. Now, if the user will add David, I need to use this. I need to keep this answer. How can I keep this answer? I have to use the function called input. And again, because input, it's a function, I have to write it with small letter input. Input bracket bracket, it will take the answer of the user, which is David, and save it. But if I write input bracket bracket, I need to save it in a place. I need to assign this answer to a variable. So that means I can assign it to a variable called anything. It could be X, it could be Y, it could be anything. Or even I can name it so I don't like confuse myself. I can name whatever the user answered to something called name user or user name. Any name I'm gonna create it, any variable, I can save the input of the user in it. So let's try this and see the result when I'm doing that. So if I open Python, and let's say I'm gonna create a new file, and I'm gonna name this file or save this file under my desktop, and let's say I'm gonna name it input function. So I want to use any name to remind myself, input function. So you see here input function.py. So now I'm ready with this program. So if I want to say print welcome, double quotation, welcome to my program, double quotation bracket, it will type the same thing, welcome to my program. And let's say I decided to add something else, print what is your name, and interrogation mark, quotation, and bracket. So it's gonna do the same thing. But it's very smart if I take whatever the user will type and use this information in something. So I'm gonna right here, username. This is a variable that I created by myself, and I'm gonna add whatever the user will add through input bracket and assign the answer of the user to username. You're gonna tell me what you're gonna do with this answer. I can type after that print double quotation. I can say welcome, and after that quotation, comma, and I can add username. So what the meaning of doing that? That means I'm typing welcome, and whatever the user will add as a name, I'm gonna assign it to username. So if the user say David, it's gonna say welcome David. If the user will say Natalie, it's gonna say welcome Natalie. And this is what we're gonna see right now. So run module. So the first line, print welcome to my programs. Here we go, welcome to my program. Print, what is your name? Here we go, what is your name? So now I'm gonna say any name I want to say. So I'm gonna say Joe. And if I click enter, what is gonna happen? This input, Joe, it went to input. It's gonna be assigned to username. And after that, it's gonna print welcome Joe. So if I click enter, welcome Joe. Very nice that I got the information from the user and added for a specific answer. Now, there is another method that I can save lines. I can do what is your name here, this message. Instead of creating print what is your name, I can add it inside the input. So see what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna copy this and I say I don't need this line. Instead of print what is your name, I'm gonna write the message inside the input function. So the input will have two roles: to type what is your name and to get the answer of the user and assign it to user. So that means input can do the role of the print. Input can print for the user the question and in the meantime gather the information. So if I have here something like that, I can say, I can create a program here saying age equal input bracket double quotation, what is your age? That means what? That means when I type a message inside the bracket of input, Python will write what is your age. So that means input played the role of print, and in the meantime, whatever the user will add, if the user will say 15, this 15 is going to be assigned to age. So let's see now how we can get the benefit of doing that from our program. Welcome to my program. What is your name? And I'm going to get the name, assign it to username, and I'm going to say welcome, whatever the user will use. After that, I can ask to create a variable called age, and after that I'm going to say input bracket double quotation, what is your age, double quotation, close. So this is exactly like print, but in the meantime the answer is going to be assigned to age. So I can say print bracket, wow, we are matching, double quotation, I am, and actually I can continue, I am double quotation, and add comma, add the age, and after that comma, and after that years old. That means what? That means I want to type the same age of the user here. So I'm going to say, wow, we are matching I am. If the user will say 15, it's going to be 15 years old. If the user will say 20, wow, we are matching I am 20 years old, and so on. So now if I'm going to run it and save it, see now the answer. Welcome to my program. What is your name? So here, right away, it's going to be clear that if I type, let's say, my name is Natalie, I click enter, welcome Natalie, and right away it's going to ask me the second question, what is your age? So Natalie will say 32. Wow, we are matching, I am 32 years old. So this is the difference between the print command and input, and you see here how input can print and in the same time can gather the answer of the user. So I hope you understood this piece. It's very helpful to use input instead of print, but sometimes we can use print only if I want to transfer a message without any question. But if my message has a question and I need to gather the answer from the user, it's preferable to use input than print. I hope you understood this piece of lesson, and thank you for your attention.